When Colbert reveals Barron's DNA report live on air, Trump's calm demeanor evaporates. This wasn't just another late-night show. It was history in the making.
You know how Donald Trump has always sued everyone and everything at all times everywhere? Well, some of those claims were against the Department of Justice, who, during the Biden administration and before, made the fatal mistake of doing their jobs.
It was an ordinary evening at the Late Show. The audience had settled into their seats, sipping drinks, waiting for Stephen Colbert to bring his usual energy. But no one was prepared for what happened next. Suddenly, the side doors opened, and President Donald Trump walked in.
The President of the United States.
The room fell silent. Some whispered, others stared, unsure if they were seeing things. This wasn't just a celebrity guest. This was the President of the United States. His presence instantly changed the atmosphere. The crowd was stunned, uncertain what to expect from this unpredictable moment. Trump waved at the audience, who responded with a mix of hesitant claps and whispers. He raised his hand to speak. "I'm here to clear up some crazy rumors," he said, his voice carrying through the room. The crowd went still, eager to hear what he meant. But instead of answering questions, his words only raised more. The more he spoke, the more questions piled up.
Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, you are the enemy of the people.
His answers were vague, and the tension in the room began to build. Colbert, ever composed, watched the president closely, noticing the signs of discomfort. Colbert wasn't rattled. He was a skilled host, reading the room and waiting for the right moment to steer the conversation. As Trump dodged questions, Colbert remained calm and silent, letting the tension grow. Then Colbert leaned forward, his voice calm but firm. "Mr. President, what's your relationship with Ivanka Trump really like?" The room froze. Trump's confident smile faltered, but he quickly tried to brush it off. "Well, Stephen, Ivanka and I have a very good relationship. People are spreading fake news, very unfair," he said.
You love your families. You love your neighbors, you love our nation, and you love every child, born and unborn, because you believe that every life is sacred, that every child is a precious gift from God.
But his tone was defensive. Colbert pressed further, sensing the discomfort. "I'm just trying to understand," Colbert said, "because the way some people are talking, it almost seems complicated." Trump laughed nervously, trying to deflect, but Colbert's question hung in the air, unaddressed. Then, Colbert decided to change the game. "Okay, if that's the case, maybe you can help me understand something," he said, casually. "I've got a report. Barron did a DNA test." The silence was deafening. The audience gasped, eyes wide, unsure if they had heard correctly. Trump's face drained of color. He stiffened, clearly caught off guard. Colbert slowly pulled out a brown envelope, deliberately not revealing its contents. The tension in the room was palpable, as Colbert's calm control over the moment contrasted with Trump's growing unease. "This report confirms Barron's real mother, and her name starts with the letter I," Colbert said, letting the words hang in the air. The effect was immediate. The audience sat in stunned silence, some gasping, others whispering in disbelief. Trump's face went pale. His usual composure crumbled. He scrambled for control, trying to laugh it off. But the damage was done. The room was charged with anticipation. Trump, who had entered with authority, now seemed off balance, scrambling to recover.
It should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working, and the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way.
"This is nonsense. This is propaganda." Trump shot back, his voice rising in frustration. He tried to steer the conversation back to familiar territory, calling the report false. But Colbert didn't engage in the back and forth. He simply let the tension simmer, allowing Trump to flounder. Trump attempted to leave the conversation behind, claiming he'd speak with Barron directly, but Colbert's calm demeanor had taken over. Trump, visibly shaken, stood up abruptly. Without another word, he stormed out of the studio, leaving the room in stunned silence. The audience watched, wide-eyed, as the president's exit marked the peak of the evening's chaos. Colbert exhaled slowly, his calm expression contrasting with the storm that had just unfolded. He glanced at the audience, breaking the silence with a simple, "Well, that just happened." The room erupted in nervous laughter, followed by applause. The power dynamic had shifted, and Colbert had deftly orchestrated the entire evening. What began as a casual interview had turned into an unforgettable confrontation, one that would leave the audience talking long after the show ended. The president had entered with confidence, but it was Colbert's quiet control. precise timing, and strategic questioning that defined the night, and the audience could feel the weight of the moment long after the cameras stopped rolling.